All my friends, thank you. And my wife, Nicole, thank you. I love you.
An emotional, raw moment from quarterback Andrew Luck. It's not how he planned to announce his retirement, but he did confirm it last night. He's saying goodbye to the game of football. Good morning, everybody. I'm Brenna Donnelly. We're following weather, traffic, and top stories this morning, but we're starting with our sports team live in studio to break down this bombshell. Charlie, AC, good morning, guys.
Yeah, good morning to you. No doubt it is a bombshell, and I tell you what, who would have thought? 29 years old, 7 seasons in the NFL, all with the Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck calling it quits. And I tell you what, there's one word that comes to my mind this morning, and that is just shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked of what transpired last night, Charlie.
The timeline's the weirdest part of this thing, AC. We now know today was supposed to be the day. 3 o'clock, press conference, clean and easy. Of course, we know the world doesn't work like that in 2019. So Andrew Luck on the sideline with his teammates, news breaks, the game's still going on, and then we hear the boos as he walks off as the fans get word that their star, their hero, stepping away from the game. Yeah, as we take a look at video from last night, as you mentioned, it was just an eerie situation when you think about it, because here's Luck right here, folks, on the sideline with his teammates there, but he doesn't have any word that the word is out that he is retiring from the NFL. Well, he gets word from a Colts PR member to let him know what exactly has transpired. Andrew Luck's, what way he wanted it to work out was that he was going to tell his team after the game last night, and then, as you mentioned, Charlie, have a press conference later today at 3 o'clock. That was not the case at all. Andrew Luck done as an NFL player. It is over, retiring at the age of 29. Here's Luck last night on how difficult it was to make this decision.
It's very difficult. I love this team. I love my teammates, the folks in our building, the fans, the game of football. And as part of this team, as a member of this team, and because of how I feel, I know that I am unable to pour my heart and soul into this position, which would not only sell myself short, but the team in the end as well. And it's sad, but I also have a lot of clarity in this.
And clarity, the word there for Andrew Luck. He went on to say that it's been, 4 years for him of dealing with pain. But I think this is deeper than just the physical pain. And he alluded to that just a few weeks ago when we saw him out there during Colts training camp, how he said what happened in 2016, dealing with that tough year of that shoulder injury, having to get shoulder surgery, how he still has some emotional scars from that moment.
He's human. He can't forget that. We all think he's a superhero. He's a gladiator, but at the end of the day, the word legacy was weighing on his mind, because everything he put into his career, unfortunately, the number one thing you're going to remember about Andrew Luck is he walked away in the prime of his career on a great football team, a selfless decision. And anyone out there this morning who thinks Andrew Luck's a soft person, a soft quarterback, speaking to 89 men that love you, and telling them 2 weeks before the start of the season that you need to walk away, that's one of the strongest things I think any human being can do.
Yeah, job well done there, well said there, Charlie. And when you look at Andrew Luck, we knew that there was a possibility that he was going to miss a couple of games to start this season, but not call it quits in his NFL career. And we take you back just during training camp here, some video here, and here's Andrew with his head coach, Frank Reich, and he was dealing with a lower leg injury, a calf injury, an ankle injury, whatever you describe it as from the Colts. It was an issue that he was dealing with since April. As journalists, my friend, we knew that something did not weigh right with what they were telling us. And so the calf situation, we knew there was more to that, especially him missing practice time after time with this team during training camp.
Now we know the mental side of things. I think that was one of the biggest takeaways from last night. As much as the pain was there was something between the ears. As Jim Irsay alluded to 2 years ago, it sounded like a real tough statement at the time. But Andrew Luck, the mental pain of injuries, the weight of not playing football, He was asked about it last night. It just got too heavy.
It's taken my joy of this game away, and this. Sorry. I've been stuck in this process. I haven't been able to live the life I want to live. Taking the joy out of this game. And after 2016, where I played in pain and was unable to regularly practice, I made a vow to myself that I would not go down that path again. I find myself in a similar situation, and the only way forward for me is to remove myself from football.
You know, you hear him say those words right there, but just being there last night, folks, in that press conference, when he talked about 2016, you could see that that was a dark place for him. And it was very clear to me, being in that room and seeing his wife Nicole there and just seeing Mr. Irsay and Frank Reich and Chris Battle, the general manager, they could sense right there of how difficult it was for him just inside, emotionally dealing with that scar that took place for him back in 2016, 2017, with the shoulder situation, the kidney as well, the ribs. I mean, here's a guy who missed 26 games, folks, due to injuries in 7 years. That is unbelievable. Now, there is no doubt. We talked about our reaction here. Stunned still this morning that Andrew Luck no longer the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. But what about the fans this morning? We know that this is a difficult time for them as well. For more on that, let's send over to our other member of our Sports City team, Olivia Ray, join us live this morning from Lucas Oil Stadium. And Olivia, I know you had a chance to catch up with some fans, and they have to be heartbroken this morning.
All right, guys, welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium. It wasn't long ago we were all here watching that preseason game, and unfortunately, no, this is not a bad dream. It's real. Andrew Luck's chapter here in Indianapolis has come to a quick close, and actually his entire career of football is over. Of course, he leaves the city stunned because this guy, he put the entire city of Indianapolis on his back. He did some incredible things in his short 7-year career as quarterback of this franchise. And most of all, he gave this city hope. Now, of course, like we've said multiple times, everyone is shocked, especially the fans. Here is their instant reaction following that announcement last night.
I looked on the field and I saw him kind of walking off, and I started to cry, honestly. It was a bad situation, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of devastation. It was still like the Peyton Manning retirement a lot. I don't believe it at all.
I mean, people were literally taking off their Andrew Luck jerseys. They were just, I mean, they were in shock. I mean, that was just, the whole place just had a weird energy, a weird vibe. I mean, you just couldn't describe it. It's the weirdest thing that I've ever been a part of.
Sad day for Indianapolis. It's a sad day for Colts Nation. Andrew Luck is a tremendous quarterback. I hope he's okay. I hope his family's okay. I just wish him the best. I hope it's not true. I hope he can play.
Obviously, this entire town loves this guy. Andrew Luck here still hanging on Lucas Oil Stadium. Almost a 2-story banner here hanging overhead. It's probably going to sting for some people through the coming weeks as the Colts are just now 2 weeks ahead of their season opener. Of course, I caught up with tons of fans last night after this news broke, and most of them are already shifting their attention forward. Of course, I'll tell you more about the future of this team and what all of Indianapolis is saying about the weeks to come. I'll send it back to you guys in studio now, but right now, live from Lucas Oil Stadium, I'm Olivia Ray.
All right, Olivia, thank you so much. Much more, Olivia, here on Daybreak Sunday. And, you know, she brings up a good point. The fans here revered Andrew Luck. I mean, love this guy. And it all started in that rookie season and that playoff run there. And he had the city right there in his hand during that time.
I think, you know what, if you're Jim Irsay, you're a teammate, one of us in the media, a fan, we're all humans, right? And we saw last night that a young man going through a tough time, I don't care what you're doing, you got to get yourself right.
Yeah.
You only got one chance to do this thing. Right. So tip of the cap to Andrew.